I looked up, and the sky was completely black. Not clouded, not dim, not starless in the usual way. It was a pure, ink-like void, as if someone had erased every celestial body from existence. The moon was gone. The stars were gone. The sky looked like a ceiling, and for a moment, it felt as though the world was trapped under a dome. At first, I told myself it was just a strange night, maybe a phenomenon I hadn't heard of. But as the minutes stretched on, unease grew inside me like a spreading frost. The crickets had gone silent. The wind stilled. Even the hum of distant traffic seemed to vanish, leaving behind a suffocating quiet. Then, the disappearances began. The first to go was Mrs. Harlan, my neighbor across the street. Her porch light had been on when I went to bed, but when I stepped outside the next morning, the light was still burning. Her door was open, and there was no sign of her anywhere. No struggle, no sound in the night. Just absence. Throughout the day, news spread across town. More people were gone. Entire families, even pets, vanished as if they had been plucked from their homes. No one knew where they were taken or why. There were no clues, except for a strange, unsettling discovery. At night, faint lights began appearing in the sky. Not stars as we knew them. No constellations, recognizable patterns. Just scattered, glowing pinpricks that hadn't been there the night before. The more people vanished, the more lights appeared. I couldn't shake the thought that these lights weren't stars at all. They were people. I stayed inside as much as I could, trying to make sense of the madness. Every night, I would glance out the window and count the new lights above, trying to convince myself they were distant suns millions of light years away. But then, one night, I saw something that froze the air in my lungs. One of the lights was moving. It was faint, barely visible against the black canvas above, but it drifted slowly, like a lost balloon, and I could have sworn I saw the faint shape of a human figure suspended in its glow, arms limp, head bowed, floating weightlessly in the endless dark. The next morning, I heard a knock at my door. My best friend's jacket lay crumpled on the porch steps, but he was nowhere to be found. More lights appeared in the sky that night. Soon, the town was almost empty. The grocery store shelves were abandoned mid-street. The gas stations were deserted, pumps left hanging as though people had simply dropped what they were doing and walked away. No one screamed. No one fugged. They just vanished. Vanished said. I was running out of time. Primera pasqued, food, water, anything I could find. But I didn't know where to run. Where do you go when the whole sky feels like an eye staring down at you? Where do you hide when whatever is taking people seems to come from above? One night, I made the mistake of staying outside too long. It began with a low vibration, so faint I thought it was my imagination. The ground didn't shake. It was inside my skull, like a pressure building behind my eyes. The air grew heavy, thick, as though gravity had doubled. Then, a cold light spread across the horizon. Not sunrise, not anything natural. It was a pale silver glow that pulsed in rhythm, almost like breathing. I couldn't move. My feet felt locked to the ground, and my chest grew tight, as though invisible hands were pressing against me. I tilted my head back against my will, and my eyes were drawn to the sky. The lights were closer now, closer than they had ever been, and I could see them clearly. Hundreds of them, thousands. Pale, suspended bodies floating upward, drifting into position, becoming the new map of the heavens. And then I felt my heels lift off the ground. It wasn't sudden. It was gentle, like a mother lifting a child. I tried to scream, but no sound left my throat. My arms floated at my sides as my body was pulled higher, my house shrinking beneath me, the trees becoming patches of shadow. I wasn't the only one. All across the darkened town, other shapes rose from the streets, from their homes, from their hiding places. We ascended together, helpless, silent, drawn to the impossible sky. The last thing I saw before I broke through the clouds was my own reflection in the window of my bedroom. My face, pale and slack, lit by the eerie glow of the others rising around me. The stars were no longer gone. They had simply been waiting for us. If this story sent chills down your spine, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more terrifying stories every week, and share this video with someone who loves a good scare. And tell me in the comments, what would you do if the stars disappeared from the sky tonight?